Good evening and thank you for joining us on this primary election night here in Arizona. I'm Pat Paris.
And I'm Heidi Alago. We begin with the race being watched nationally. Arizona's GOP primary for the Senate seat left vacant by Senator Kyrsten Sinema.
Yeah, the race has been called now. Kari Lake is the winner of the GOP Senate race. You see 53% of the vote, 41% for Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb and Elizabeth Ray at just 6%. By the way, now Kari Lake will move on to face Ruben Gallego in the November election because he was the uncontested candidate on the Democratic side. Very interesting how well, obviously, Mark Lamb did in Pinal County, but you look at that, it was completely counteracted by Maricopa County for Kari Lake, and even here in Pima County with 20% more of the vote. We'll go back to the totals now. So Kari Lake failed attempt a couple of years ago for governor, but now she is moving on to the general election for Senate.
Yep, and she'll be taking on Ruben Gallego, who was uncontested and will be going to the November election. Ryan Fish and Adam Klep are covering our Senate race this evening.
Now let's go to Ryan now, who's live in Phoenix with the candidate leading in the polls and now already called the winner tonight, Kari Lake. Ryan, what can you tell us from there?
Yeah, Pat and Heidi, as you mentioned, Kari Lake was the favorite in this race. The results, not a huge surprise here. There was already a buzz in the room, but those early results were strong enough for Lake to really set the celebration off. And we have some video of when they announced that here, that the race had been called by outlets for Lake. Lots of cheering. And then, as one speaker said tonight, quote, "We are on to the general," meaning the general election. Reverends here spoke tonight about faith, the Black community support for Kari Lake in his experience, as well as someone representing law enforcement who spoke tonight as Kari Lake supporters look ahead now to November.
Please get out and vote, and do as the men and women that I represent. Please put a check mark next to Kari Lake's name. Thank you.
Kari Lake was originally scheduled to speak around 9:30 here tonight, and we'll see if she takes the stage around then or even sooner now that multiple outlets have called the race in her favor. For now, live in Phoenix, Ryan Fish, KGUN.
All right, Ryan, thank you so much. Let's head to Pinal County now, where Mark Lamb is hosting his watch party.
Yeah, KGUN9's Adam Klep is there, and I'm sure the mood is a little different in Pinal County right now, Adam, than it was up in Phoenix.
Pat and Heidi, yeah, as you said, there was a lot of support at home for Sheriff Lamb here in Pinal County, but the initial results a little bit disappointing. Mark Lamb even said that so himself after they dropped. You can see, though, he is still here with his supporters, making sure he shakes all their hands, takes all of the pictures, really thanking them for their support through this Senate campaign. And I just spoke to Mark Lamb a second ago, and he's not necessarily conceding this race yet, saying he still believes they're within striking distance and that he would perform well in some of the more rural counties as these votes continue to come in. Most of all, though, he told me he's just proud of how he ran this race, focusing on Arizona, Arizonans, and the issues he cares about.
And you don't need all the money from all over the country. You don't need the DC money. You don't need all the things. What you need is purpose and conviction in the things that you love.
And I did just speak to Mark Lamb seconds ago before we went live here. I'll bring you some of that conversation coming up at 10 o'clock. For now, reporting from Pinal County, Adam Klep, KGUN9. Back to you guys for more election races.